Yo, Incog, you want to come out here? Alright, so we are back at it with week 2 of the Prepstars League. I'm Incog, and this is our team builder. So, first week of the season, your Back to the Future. If you did not watch it already, I'm going to spoil it in 3, 2, 1. Took a 3-0, I want to say victory, over Wolf and their Torch to Gyarados. Pretty good game by us. Definitely could have gone either way. But, regardless of that, everything worked out for the better. I don't know why I coughed just now. I don't get it. Anyway, everything worked out for the better. We had a really good strategy, and later down the line, things could have gone worse, but they didn't because, just had to lock in. This week, we've had a good pal and commissioner of the Prepstars League, Quincy. Quincy's a good friend of mine. He's also 1-0, and he's, I helped him week 1, so this is the battle of fates, I guess you could call it. Seeing who can rise to 2-0 and who will drop to 1-1. I wouldn't mind if I dropped to 1-1. This team is very hard to fight. Quincy has a very interesting team with Roaring Moon, Torkoal, Klefki, Clodsire, Sinistra, the Thunderous Therian, pretty sure, Walking Awake, Chimecho, Stone Joiner, and Lilligant Hisuian. I'm fully expecting the Sun Core, Roaring Moon, and Torkoal, plus probably Walking Awake and Lilligant. And this game feels like it's going to be more offensive than the next, so we could see things like maybe a defensive Chimecho for Hawlucha, or just in general, it could be just overall defensive and could be a Wish Passer. But I don't fully expect it. I fully expect, however, to see something like Clodsire with Unaware. I think that Unaware is really good here, but you could also argue that Water Reserve could be shown here. Very interesting how that mon could work. I do think that Thunderous probably shows up, has a really large amount of coverage for my entire team, from Poison and Electric to Fighting and even Grass. So it's definitely, and even Dark for that matter too. Really good mon here. Definitely could be an Agility or even a Nasty Plus set, depending. And it also could be choice specs. Scarf is a little bit interesting just because while we do have a ground type, you kind of have to call it out each time with your Volt switches. And so choice could be not the best option. I don't believe in Stone Joiner coming, and then realistically with Sinistra and Klefki, it really depends. Sinistra I don't believe comes with all the offensive pressure of Iron Bow to Hawlucha, Zarude, Arcanine, Rabombi, and then special cases Avalugg, Hisuian. Don't believe it's that good here. Outside of that, Klefki could show up to set up Sun for the other mons, just because honestly, even without needing to set up Prankster Sun, setting up screens is really decent here for Quincy, so could happen. Otherwise, that's his entire team in general. So Roaring Moon, Torkoal, Klefki feel like good top 3. And it really depends on if he wants to play more defensively, if he just wants to go straight offense, because even then, he doesn't need to play crazy defense. All he needs is screens up, and one of Roaring Moon, Thunderous, Walking Awake, or Lilligant can go crazy. It just depends. And that is Hisuian and Lilligant, by the way, if I didn't say that already. But our team is pretty good, I'll say that much. We have, just scrolling down for you here, we have obviously Sandy Shocks, we have Hawlucha, we got Screamtail, we got Iron Bundle, we got Zarude, and in our last slot we have Swampert. I recorded a version of this earlier, and honestly, I wasn't too satisfied with it, but also that I changed up the team a little bit. So this will be the definitive team builder because me and Quincy fight in a bit. So just want to let you guys know that first and foremost, that this team was a little bit different before, but it's now more different. Some sets that have not changed, however, is of course Filings, the Sandy Shocks. Our lead set, 252 speed with the 208 in special attack and 48 in HP. Just your basic Life Orb set. We're getting the speed boost in the Sun because we definitely want that versus this entire team. And while we can't touch things like Lilligant or the Roaring Moon, we have good switch outs for those mons, so it's not really that bad if I'm being honest with you. Excuse me. But everything else doesn't want to take a Power Gem, Earth Power, or even a Thunderbolt, so we're pretty good there. Volt Switch, we're getting around things like the the fucking Sinistra, because it also doesn't really care if we're getting hit by us, and if it's here this game, we can at least just Volt Switch on out and get into something else. So pretty good mon here. Overall, I think that this mon could be a very big difference maker if the sun is up. If no sun is up, then realistically, we're outpacing 75, we're pacing everything below Thunderous, and that's not really important. because a lot of those mons either die or we just pivot out on. Like, it's not like a big deal, honestly. But Life Orb with these 4 moves fucking obliterates a lot of them. We just have to play a lot of this by ear. This is likely our lead set, but we do have another mon that we'll get to in a bit. We have Air Fighter next, which is our choice band Hawlucha. Originally, this was Mold Breaker Unburdened Lumberry with like agility. So then I was like, just run Limber. The Clef Key can't paralyze you, literally. Just run Limber, you know. So got rid of whatever we wanted to do. Went with our choice band Hawlucha. 341 for outpacing the Hisuian Lilligant if there's no sun up. And we could have just gone to outpace Walking Wake, but I feel like that's not really the greatest of options, if I'm being honest. Just because we don't OHKO it. But we do chunks to everything with Brave Bird in close combat, U-turn for just pivoting, and Rock Slide because, oh yeah, motherfucking Thunderous can be very, very not helpful. But we hit our Rock Slide, it dies, so we're all good. I was going to run Stone Edge, but it turns out we didn't need to run Stone Edge. We could just run Rock Slide. If it's running any amount of HP, it does have a chance to live, but it is what it is at the end of the day. You make the decisions that you have to make to win the game. You play to win the game, you know what I mean? But Hawlucha is really good here, really great breaker, and Brave Bird twice into defensive Clodsire will probably kill it. Next up, we got Hungry Box. This is the most interesting set we have. Wish, Playwolf, Flamethrower, Psychic Noise. We are Impish, and even with Impish, as a big by the way, we still 2-hit KO Hisuian Lilligant with Flamethrower in the Sun, which is pretty nice. Psychic Noise just for Clodsire and such, and even Sinister to that extent. And even like Draining Kiss, goddamn Klefki is also really good to have Psychic Noise for him, or like Rest Talk, Body Press, like Torkoal as well. The reason why we have Play Rough over something like Dazzling Gleam is because Roaring Moon has less defense, and we don't need any investment. Play Rough just kills. So it's not a big deal. We are defensive for that mon as well, and of course defensive for Hisuian Lilligant. So really decent mon here. Obviously with Wish, they might predict us to protect, but since we only have since we have 3 offensive moves, I mean, we can click literally anything we want and get back our HP and be fine. And with the leftovers, it allows us to gain the longevity against something like Roaring Moon and such. So really good mon. Really, really good mon. Next up, we got Silver Surfer. Booster energy. Snow Skip, Hydro Pump, Ice Beam, Freeze Dry. We are booster speed to outpace Roaring Moon, and even something like Walking Wake as well. So really easy stuff there. If it's attack boosting Roaring Moon and gets off a Dragon Dance, we also outpace it, which is really important. So we do a chunk of damage to genuinely everything. There's not a real switch in. The realistic switch in is like heavily Spadef, like Chimecho, and like Klefki that can live a Hydro Pump. And even at that rate, we're probably not staying on a Klefki. But if we've already burned our booster energy and it comes down to it, we're probably staying in. You know what I mean? Because the booster speed is literally there so that we can outpace the other mons. And without that, this mon's not kind of useless, but it's not worth keeping for very long once we burn the booster speed, you know? Because we're just going to just start hitting shit, you know what I mean? So it's not like it's going to be like, oh my god, this mon has to stay the entire game in the back. No. If we need to start breaking because the team is too bulky, or we need to hit something because we definitely need to, Iron Bundle's here for that. Next up we got is Grodd, Zarude with the Assault Vest, a knockoff Brick Break, Drain Punch, Stomping Tantrum. I mentioned it a bunch earlier that this team probably could bring screens and have their other mon set up behind it, or at least be behind it. So Brick Break, really good here for breaking those screens. Knockoff as well for just getting rid of items. Drain Punch for the, of course, Roaring Moon, mostly to get back HP, and just in general really decent for recovery. And then Stomping Tantrum for the Torkoal or Clodsire or Klefki. Klefki could be Air Balloon here as well, and it could just be annoying. So we want to make sure we can hit that mon with Knockoff, or even just Drain Punch it and then Stomping Tantrum it. Outside of that, this mon is basically 3-hit KO'd by Focus Blast if it's not Specs Thunderous. It's a 2-hit KO if it is. Which is very important to note. The way to keep up with damage percentages. Otherwise, Zarude is, fine this game. I think the Zarude is kind of a weak link, but it's okay. It's not meant to be the sweeper. It's meant to just, hold a little bit more of a defensive position against things like Walking Wake and Thunderous and Sinistra. And if we do indeed get burned, it's fine. I mean, at the end of the day, we just need to make sure that we play to our best out rather than trying to do too much in the moment. Lastly, we have Muddy. Our Swampert with Soft Sand and Damp. Didn't really need Torrent this week because we're not running a water move, so we're Ice Punch, Earthquake, Bulk Up, and Substitute. 144 speed for the Klefki. Just outpace it in general for like no speed. Basically, this is our Mon to go hard into. Like if Torkoal's there, it has to have Solar Beam, so we would sub in front of it. Most Mons coming in don't want to take an Ice Punch or take a +1 Earthquake. If something breaks our sub instantly, then we know that it has enough investment. So like, here's what I'm saying. Klefki can sit in front of us, right? It can do that thing where it can like come in and can T-Wave one of my Mons. If I go into Muddy and then freaking sub, Sinister has to come in. Sinister comes in and sees me go behind a sub. Obviously, I'm going to go ahead and bulk up. You know what I mean? And then it's going to hit me with Machagacha or something. If at all I look at the calc and I see Ice Punch can kill a max HP and like some defense Sinister, I'm going to go for it, right? Clodsire doesn't want to take an Earthquake twice. Because Soft Sand makes it so that it really can't take an Earthquake twice, especially with the 236 investment. Outside of that, what really wants to come in on Ice Punch and Earthquake on this team? Literally nothing. Like Chimecho does, I guess, but that's about it. But yeah, Swampert's really good here, no lie. We just have to set it up properly, at least get it in properly. But definitely really cool Mon this week. I was definitely considering Rabombi and even like Arcanine, but they're not bad, but I was just like, maybe not, maybe. Because, like, at the end of the day with the Sun team, it's hard to prep for it It's very hard to prep for this kind of team when you don't know which avenue they might go down in terms of what Mon's going to try and sweep you. So I just have to debate whether or not he's really going to go for something more physically or more specially offensive, and it really depends on that at the end of the day. Basic plan, lead with Sandy Shocks and see where we go. But it's based on what he has, so we'll see what happens. I already gave you my 6, and I gave you what I think he's going to bring, so I'll see you guys in a battle against Quincy. All right, we're getting started against Quincy here. Let's have a good one, shall we? Let's hope everything goes well, because, you know, you never know with these things. He's a very gross Sun team. I think his name is still the Golden State Dons. I don't quite remember. God, I hope so. What did I say about Chimecho? What the fuck did I say about Chimecho? And sorry, I was looking at the sheet. Yeah, he's still Golden State. Okay. Oh my god. Alright, so Chimecho's here, which we kind of predicted. No Clodsire, which is great. No Thundurus, which is also great. And then he doesn't have Roaring Moon. That's actually even better for us. So this is probably Walking Wake, Hisuian Lilligant, and this is definitely going to be more of a this is definitely going to be Chimecho wish passing into things, and also like a lot of interesting stuff could happen here. So Sinister's here, which is good. Allows us to expose a lot of that, or at least try. I still think we can lead off with Filings. We could lead over Air Fighter because there's nothing that really resists Brave Bird, and Klefki definitely doesn't want to take close combat either. And we can U-turn off that as well. I think we lead Air Fighter. I think we don't lead Filings because with the Let me lead off with what I know to be a good lead first. All right. GLHF to Quincy. Let's get it started, shall we? Here we go. Quincy's a great dude, man. Good pal of mine. Good pal. Oh, I should change up my my photo then, since I think I changed up my clothes in this game once now. Spirit Beast. Yep, there it is. I knew it was going to lead. I was like, oh, man, I should lead something else. Nah, it's going to be here. Yeah, there it is. Chimecho. All right. Just simple Volt Switch. Don't need to do anything else. This is usually wish passing, but I actually don't know what this Mon does outside of that, so we're going to look that up real fast while we deliberate our actions. Levitator, that gets wish pass. It does not. It does get knockoff. Okay, that did a lot. Gets T-Wave, gets Trick Room, gets Taunt. Does it get Baton Pass? It does. So it can wish Baton Pass, which is interesting. We could go into Zarude here and then just kill something. It does get Fairy Moves, but if it's attacking us, it might have Energy Ball. It might have Grass Knot. I don't know. If it knocks us off, it's fine. Our knockup is relatively free since nothing really wants to come in on this. So yeah, I'm gonna go into Zerud. Since it's also switching in on potentially a psychic move. Yeah, just energy ball. Okay, good. So definitely could have been here for more so like Swampert maybe trying to do things. So that's interesting. A lot of the mons that are here could also definitely deal with Swampert a little bit more, so that's interesting. We'll just knock off. This should just get out of here. Yeah. So he should just pivot into like Walking Wake. Probably Klefki. Valuta? Torkoal. Okay, interesting. Let's see if it's Heat Rock. It is indeed Heat Rock. Okay, that's fine. Not a whole lot we can go into besides you and potentially you, but I don't know what he wants to go for. If it's Will-O-Wisp, I don't really care for getting burnt on this mon particularly. I wish we had U-turn. Damn, I do really wish we had U-turn now. We could Stomping Tantrum for damage, or we just go into this and go for Psychic Noise a bunch and see what he wants to do. We also go into this and see what he wants to switch out into, potentially. Because I don't know if there's, like, Sinister coming on this, but I don't know. Because I don't want to go into Filings if he has Solar Beam. But if he just, you know what? Let's just go back into Filings and see what he wants to do. Honestly, I need to not be scared of this mon as much. If it decides to go for Solar Beam, that would be incredible. But we're going to get off our speed boost here. Obviously, we can do a lot of damage to this. It should just go Will-O-Wisp or Yawn. Okay. No ground type on the team, so we can Volt Switch out. If he has Protect, that's different. But I feel like he just pivots out into Chimecho again, or even Sinistra at this rate. I think Sinistra should be the mon that comes in. So we're going to see Torkoal switch out. Yep, back into Chimecho. Okay, easy pickings, easy pickings. Good for us. We can honestly go into Hawlucha and just U-turn and get this out of here. Yeah, we can go to Hawlucha. It's not gonna outpace us, and it's lefties. Also going to U. We technically go into U, but we don't need to do that. We'll just go into Air Fighter and just U-turn. Yep, we're going to take Chimecho. Nice first kill of the game. So now it really comes down to what do we believe he would want to go into here. And we saw the lefties here, so we don't really care for Sinistra anymore. Filings with a speed boost doesn't outpace Lilligant. Likely won't outpace Walking Wake depending. Sinistra doesn't care. Torkoal and Klefki aren't coming in. So we have three options that he can go into. I can go into Pert, but then he has grass types and, you know, the like. And even Torkoal to some extent. We go back into Zerud. And maybe go for Tantrum? If we go into Hungry Box. Yeah, let's go into Hungry Box. I want to see something. So we get the defense boost off this anyway, so it's fine. Now Walking Wake should probably be the switch in, if not Sinistra doing something crazy, but it really depends on what he wants to do. He should be heat proof because, I mean, realistically, Hospitality's not great here. Briska Prime, don't know what that means. That is Sinistra. Okay, awesome. We can Psychic Noise this. Actually, we just go into Zerud and get off the knockoff, yeah. It should be Colbert or even like some other random item, but I'm going to go into Zerud seeing what he wants to go for. Because I didn't really prep as much on the Spadef end. Because, like, I want to be able to beat his mons offensively more than often. I don't want to play a defensive game here. Because his offense is really overpowering. He is going to hard pivot. Okay, good. So we could have gone for Psychic Noise there. It would have been fine. But that should be Nomad. I don't know what that is. That's Lilligant. Okay. Interesting. Seeing Lilligan here? I don't want to let you go. I really don't. Like, I'm very tempted to, but I really don't need to. Assuming Sunsweeper. Yeah, close combat will eat us alive with Life Orb and Adamant. If it's not Life Orb, still has a chance to kill. I mean, we can just go back into fucking what's his name and just go wherever we gotta go for. Yeah, I wouldn't stay in here neither, so I'm not too scared of that. Yep, triple axle. Okay, 14. Another amount, another amount. Okay, so one for triple axle, which makes sense. We do not see Life Orb here. So 348 down there. That's 60 hit points. So they did 19%. That's probably max. That's like a roll for like maybe like Adamant Life Orb. But it's not Life Orb. So it could just be regular Adamant. That's probably fine. I would go for Play Rough, but we're in the sun, so I'm gonna Flamethrower. Makes more sense. And he should go into like Clef Key or something else, because he might not believe that I have anything to hit that with. No, that is the Sinister. That's fine. Is sun still up? It should be. Yeah, it is. I'm gonna go Flamethrower. Do a little bit. Yeah, it's heat proof. Which is good to confirm here. Good to confirm. If I had went for Flamethrower there, he would have been very messed up. I could go for a Psychic Noise here. How much is Shadow Ball doing to us? Because that's in the sun plus that. That Flamethrower did fucking nothing. Like 20-ish maybe. Shadow Balls didn't do too much, so we can go for a Psychic Noise here. In case he goes for Matcha Gotcha or the Strength Sap. Shadow Ball, okay. 39 to 46. Yeah, about 226 there. I think we're at 390. Did 164. That's probably a roll for like, unless it wasn't 390, which at that point then it's like whatever. I mean, it still did a lot. Because now I think it can kill us here, which is not good. We can go to Zarude and go for Knock. We can technically also go into Air Fighter and go for just straight up damage, because his switch-ins are not many. If he goes for Shadow Ball again, I mean, honestly, Zarude is the switch-in. We get off the knockoff. He can't heal until next turn after we switch in. Yeah, Zarude makes sense. Yeah, just Shadow Ball again. 394 down to 364. Okay. It keeps showing that it was prevented from healing. Is it like now that it can recover or something of that nature? I don't know. I might have to look at that in the editing and see if I made a mistake or something. We can just knock off again. Did 30 damage. Yeah, that's like that's a roll for that's a middling roll for no investment, which makes sense. We're gonna see the Torkoal come back in. We're gonna get off another little bit of chip there. Again, I don't want this to get burned. And at the end of the day, it really depends. Pert was really good for this, but damn, I don't think we can do that anymore. Thinking about it out loud. Because he wants to either burn or go for yawn. God, I wish I brought U-turn. But let me check out Torkoal real quick. It's not taking too much. It's pretty defensive. We don't do a lot to this. Like 3 Stomping Tantrums have to kill this, if I'm being honest. He might go for Solar Beam, so let's go over Stomping Tantrum here and see what he wants to do. Yep, give a little bit there. Nope, Lava Plumes. No burn, thank God. Okay, awesome. That's actually fantastic for us. We go back into filings. I mean, we went down like 364 to 212 in the sun, which means 152 was done, which is a roll for some investment. So we'll switch out. Yeah, this is a war of attrition now. Now we have to play it so that Walking Wake isn't going to be in the sun, and he needs to keep this Mon. Once Walking Wake isn't in the sun, we can win this game a little bit better. Especially with Iron Bundle. And with the booster speed, of course, so we'll be fine. I think we'll be fine. I think this is Yawn, though. If it's Lava Plume, it's fine. I don't like it, but it's fine. Oh, he does pivot. Okay, awesome. That means you're going to have a solid Volt Switch. Tiz took Jod. Ooh, don't like that. Special attack heightened. Oh, he kept telling me that he was doing some of his naming scheme. He's doing fucking RuneScape, dude. Good God. Jod. Oh, man, that's funny. Oh, I clicked the wrong button. Well, goodbye, Sandy Sharks. I meant the Volt Switch. Oh, that's so bad. Oh, shit. Ah, that's funny. Okay. All right, bye, Sandy Shocks. Damn, that nigga did a lot. Yeah, goodbye, Sandy Shocks. I'm sorry, big dog. I mean, to be completely fair, keeping it honest here, not that bad. Not that bad. Not that. I don't know if he wants the Mons that kill each other, so I'll just put it down for now, just in case. I think I did it for week 1 as well, so I don't know. But I always forget. Oh my god, dude. Ah, that sucks. Okay. I don't like losing this Mon, but I didn't have a switch in anyway, so I'm not really that disheartened. Special attack boost, which means you were outpacing, which means you should probably outpace, barring anything else. Silver Surfer, what are we doing now? Bundle can win the game. I'm pretty sure, since Chimeko's dead, Klefki would come in on you. Sun's up. We can freeze dry here, or we can snowscape. We should snowscape later. Brave Brit should kill this. Now, could this be Scarf? Potentially. If he's Scarf, then I'm pretty sure I have to play Iron Bundle games, and I don't like that too much. Yup, he's Scarf. Okay, goodbye. Oh my god. Fuck. Wait. He got a special attack boost off of that? Is that possible? No, I'm bugging. I don't think I understand what just happened. I'll have to look it over. I'll have to look it over, dude. Ah, jeez. That's not great. Well, alright, Silver Surfer, let's go. The end game is Silver Surfer, and then we're playing around with Swampert. He surely won't let me take this. He'll go into, you-know-who, Torkoal. Freeze Dry won't kill Torkoal in one shot from that HP, maybe, and then we can get up a Snowscape and then try to go for game a little bit more there. Is he Scarf or no? I don't know, man. That actually irritates me a little, because I don't know. And that was literally one of our best ways to win this game now. Yeah, he's going to go into this. Freeze Dry shouldn't kill. If he Lava Plumes, do we fall over and die, or are we good? No, we'll be good. Yeah, we'll be good. When they ask if I'm cracked, don't ask, because I know I'm not. I'm just trying my hardest here. That should be Sinistra. Yep, that should be dead. Yep, awesome. This should be Torkoal coming back in, though. If it's not, then something's dying, or Klefki's coming in to paralyze me. Max HP Klefki, how much did it take? Let's see. Hydro Pump to 72 max. Okay. So he's probably going for T-Wave if he goes to Klefki, honestly. Which I don't know if he wants to do, because, you know, me and Quincy, we're good friends, you know what I mean? But you never know. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to win, man, and that is the Torkoal. Awesome. So the problem here is that Lilligant and What's-His-Face win the game now, right? So my best option is to either go for Hungry Box, go for Wish, get into Zarude, or even do something else after that and see what he wants to go for. So I'm going to go for Ice Beam and kill this here. Because I have to. And then it's probably, it depends on what he goes into. It depends. It very much depends. Nomad, that should be Lilligant? Yeah, okay. Well, okay, we just confirmed that this is Adamant Chlorophyll Lilligant. No Life Orb, right? This outpaces us, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, hit 618, we hit 558. If we were, let me just check. If we were 252, yeah, we still wouldn't outpace, so it doesn't matter. Okay, good. I just want to make sure. I don't want it to be like a statistical error on my part. I'm glad I looked up Chimecho before the battle so that I knew what else it could do, and I wrote it down a little bit. Oh, I can't explain to you how afraid I was of that Mon, high key. Alright, so this should Solar Blade and kill us, or it'll go for CC. I don't know what it wants to go for. My thing is, I go into Hungry Box no matter what, right? We can get the knockover with Zarude going later and potentially win the game differently. So I'm going to go into Hungry... No! Oh my god, dude. Hi, everybody. Me and Quincy disconnected. So we had to redo this. We have tried this 3 or 4 separate times just because of different things that happened. But this is where we were. Obviously, you might see Silver Surfer had a little bit less health. It doesn't matter to the longevity of this game, mostly because Silver Surfer wasn't probably going to be around for much longer. Looking back at the video, we DC'd at 8 seconds, so, or around like 6 seconds, so I went into Screamtail as far as my screen tells me, which you'll see at the end of the video, clearly. So, that's what we're going to do. And it's the same game as usual, so it does 7% there. Which is great for us. This seems like it should be like Choice Band or something of that nature, but 7% is wildly low. We can go for Wish here, which is our initial plan in the first place. Nothing really stopping us from doing that, honestly. So we're good. I don't really know what he wants to do here. I could go for Play Rough or Psychic Noise, but I'm going to go for Wish. Well, let me dial it back. Wish should work here because even if we go for Flamethrower or Psychic Noise via Calcs, which honestly is here, but I'm going to take that and put that on my other screen. Also because, you know, I have a lot of tabs here. Based on the vernacular of what I'm understanding, because, you know me, I love using big words for no reason. That also did 7%, so it's definitely probably Jolly. And with only so many Sun turns left, this allows still Silver Surfer to win. So we have to play this out a little bit better for our sake. So Play Rough can kill. It's a chance. Flamethrower does not kill, unfortunately, even in the sun. So we would be going for... actually, that 7% makes sense with the sun up. So we can go for Wish here. He's going to pivot out on the Klefki, which is fine. Klefki likely just max HP in my humbling opinion. In the sun, doesn't really want to take this, but it can T-Wave us, which is just so unfortunate. We can go into Zarude here and eat whatever it wants to go for and then go for our hits. And even at that point, we can still win the game via just looking at the team here. We can go into Muddy here for whatever he wants to go for, which is what I'm actually going to do. Because Muddy can get damage on Nomad. And even if this is like choice or something, we have other mons that should be fast like Silver Surfer, not including the Sun. And Grodd should be able to take on Walking Awake a little bit better. But I do kind of want this Wish on here, so I am going to Flamethrower. And then we'll go into Swampert after. Like, keeping this alive for Hisuian Lilligant is very clutch. And very good for me, so yeah. So how's it going? Haven't had to recreate a battle in a bit of time, but I mean, it happens. There's no one really to blame. You know, I don't like going around and blaming people. And also, Quincy's my friend. Yeah, so we see the T-Wave. We are going to get out the Flamethrower, which means this is eject button into what? Spadef? Like, Clef Key. Interesting, 31. So yeah, even in the Sun, that did nothing. So it was not just max HP. It definitely had some Spadef. Eject button's a really good item. Walking Wave's going to come in. It's definitely Scarf from what we understood earlier. So that's good. Hydro Seam's probably, I think this might blow us up if it's, well, it depends. If it's Scarf, right, choice Scarf, not Specs, in the Sun, it got the, it did indeed get the special attack boost. If it's Modest, does 52.5 to 61.9. A good shot to 2 a KO. Player will kill this at this percentage. And then it would really depend on if we want to give up Zarude here. Zarude would eat the Hydro Steam since this is definitely Choice Scarf. It won't get burned since Hydro Steam does not burn also. And then we go for knockoff against this, which is fine. It would kill. Cleffy come in again. Hisuian Lilligant can come in again. It really just depends. Honestly, this is a really good mon to keep alive. So we're going to go into Zarude. If it's Flamethrower, we die. It's all good. We're going to see Hydro Steam pop out. We're going to take 17 there. And since it's not Scarf anymore, it'll outpace us still. But we still get off the knockoff. Because even if Klefki wants to come in, it has to fear still Drain Punch and like Stomping Tantrum. We could also go for Drain Punch, but I'm going to go for knockoff here. I feel like Hisuian Lilligant should win out here. Okay, yeah, he's going to let this die. Awesome. So Zarude's going to pick up another kill, or pick up its first kill of this day. And unfortunately, Walk Awake is going to die. Or fortunately, maybe. So the evil is dead. I think we can win this game with our team now, which is good. Because, of course, with what we have now, we should be able to win against this team. Swampert didn't even get to do what it wanted, man. That's so awful. So without the Sun Up, I feel like this Mon is just kind of here. I don't think he ran... he can't run Double Scarf. His league has item clause. So we can let this die and go into Silver Surfer and then just boom this to hell. Which really wouldn't be a bad option. And then we can go... Well, we kind of want this, right? No, because we have Hungry Box. Hungry Box will allow us to at least take this on a lot more. So I'm going to go for Drain Punch. Okay, it is Victory Dance. Okay, cool. That's not good. So Triple Axel Close Combat. What else? Because I don't think it's beating this guy down here. And it has to CC to kill me unless it wants to miss Triple Axel, which is not good. We get off the Drain Punch, though. I'll go to Hungry Box. Yeah, Triple Axel still did only about like 32%, so we're good. That being said, though, that's kind of scary. We do need to make sure that we can hit through this. If we don't hit through this, I think this Mon might win. So it is not the choice item, which is good. Could have been Focus Sash, which honestly wouldn't be that surprising. Play Rough does not kill. Psychic Noise doesn't kill. Nothing kills, so we can Wish here. We should Wish here. Go back into Zarude. No. I think we might lose. I think we might lose if we don't get this killed soon. Because that did 32%, which means it's Jolly. It really depends on that last move, man. It really depends on what last move it has. Because, like, Solar Blade would be, like, incredible, but it might not have that. It might have that, honestly. Close Combat won't do anything. But we do have to be careful. We do have to get off this Wish, though, I think. Yeah, we have to get off Wish. Okay. Yeah, once we get off Wish, we should be okay. If we can get that off, everything should work out. If it's Solar Blade, we'll still live it. It just depends on the item. So it's going over Triple Axel again. Hits all three. Hits all three, yeah. Okay, so we got off the Wish, which is important. I'm not going to switch out. We're just going to go for the... I would say still Play Rough, but I would say Psy Noise here just because it gets us enough damage. Flamethrower would catch the Clef Key off, but I think we should go for Psy Noise. Solar Blade. Okay, it's Power Herb. That's why. GG's. GG's. Yeah, that's it, man. Unless it misses. But it's chlorophyll, right? Yeah, it's chlorophyll, I'm pretty sure. Oh, wait. How much does Muddy take? That's a great question. Triple House won't kill. Close Combat won't kill. Ice Punch won't kill either. But at neutral, does it kill? Neutral has a chance. That's actually really good for us since it's Solar Blade. Oh my god. Oh, that's fantastic, actually. That's actually kind of good. It killed... What did it kill? Screamtail. I wish I had Protect, but it's all good. Screamtail. Dream Punch did how much earlier? So no, don't do that. Don't do that, Avery. 22 off the dome? Yeah, we can get that back in spades. He just has to hit Triple Axle and we can go right back into Swampert. That's fine. Yeah, no. That should work. That should work. That should work in our favor. Because T-Wave on that depends. It really depends on how these last few turns go. Okay, goes for another one. Jesus Christ. Okay. Not a kill. What? I didn't... My phone turned on for some reason to tell me something, even though I didn't say anything impactful. +2. +2. +2 is Power Herb Jolly. That close combat has a now 100% chance to kill us. Triple Axle doesn't kill us. That sucks. I think we lose. Yeah, okay. I think we lose, which is fine, in all honesty, because this was a good game, but we're going to see if he knows. He does indeed know. GG's. All right, Quincy takes up the W against us 2-0. Definitely a really hard-fought game on our end, but definitely could have gone either way still. I don't think there was much other prep I could have made here in terms of what I could have done better. I think Brick Break bringing it was kind of like, it was kind of an L, but it is what it is. I'm just filling out my chart here, don't worry. Swampert and Iron Bundle. Yeah, all right. GG's to Quincy. Not exactly the way I wanted that battle to go, but there was no way out of that one. I guess I could have let Bundle die and then gone back into Swampert to pressure him a little bit more, but I went to Zarude, which allowed him to go for the setup. So that's kind of the hindsight Henry of the situation, is it not? But it is what it is. We do take the 2-0 loss. He says, I win on console, no questions asked, which, I mean, you know, I don't know that to be certain, but it's all good. I'm not really, like, I don't really care. We're 1-1 in the Prepstars League. Until next time, I want to check who we play next, just so I have it on my mind, and then I'll make everything. We play Scoots next. I haven't played Scoots since YCL days. If you guys remember that, hey, you're a real veteran. Scoots has a very nasty team, but it's all a lot of threats and an area dose, which is still can definitely be threatening. I've definitely had my fair share of fights with an area dose. But regardless, guys, it's going to do it for this week of Prepstars. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys like this, leave a like, comment, subscribe. And I don't think anyone's in the description, but, you know, if they're uploading, I'll put them down there, I guess. I didn't put them in the week 1 video because, like, you know, I didn't know. But if anyone's uploading this, I'll put their link down below. If they're not, they might still be down there. Thank you guys for watching. Talk to you guys next time. Peace.